Good morning. Are you Labrian Celestine?
Yes.
Mr. Celestine, in that case, you are charged with the third-degree felony offense of deadly conduct, discharging a firearm from March 22nd of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement reached is the same as what was in the other case that we're going to talk about today, which is a 7-year deferred probation, a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Celestine's not competent? All right, then I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of that plea. So I have received in cause number 24, DCCR 1303, the pre-sentence report. You had already were here, entered a plea of guilty to deadly conduct, discharging a firearm in that case. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that pre-sentence report? And then I also received a number of letters of support for Mr. Celestine, and has everyone had an opportunity to review those as well?
Yeah.
Are there any additions or corrections to that pre-sentence report?
None for the defense.
None for the state judge, other than to respectfully request of the court that this obviously very young individual who's committed a first-degree felony right out of the gate be, at the very least, sentenced to ISF as a condition. I'm sorry, third degree.
2 third degrees. How old are you?
19.
19 years old. And you're shooting around like it's the Wild West, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, something that I made a note of here, I went through all of these letters, and all of these letters of support about you talk about what a good kid you are, and that here's one I circled and says, LeBrian's a positive role model for his nephew. Do you think you're a positive role model for anyone at this point?
Not at this moment.
Not at this moment. Is that what you want him to grow up and do? And be in here shackled up like you are? What's all this? What's all these tattoos have to do with?
Just like tattoos.
Yeah?
Right.
You think getting that all over your neck is going to help you get a job, or do you think it's going to hurt you when you're trying to get a job? It would hurt you.
Well, what I'm doing right now, that's what I was planning on doing. But not just
He's doing course,
it's like a family business. I planned on doing that.
Right? Do you think it makes people comfortable if you show up and look like that in their homes? And look, I have a tattoo. Do you see it? Is it all over here? What if that pool company falls through? What if you need another job? Right? You got to think about those things.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do in each of your cases. I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of guilty freely and voluntarily. In each case, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, in each case, in cause number 24, DCCR 1303, defer all proceedings, place you on probation for a period of 7 years. That's the agreement that you made with the district attorney. I'm going to order you pay that $500 fine and follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. And I'm going to get to those rules and conditions in just a minute. I'm also going to find inclusion evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm also going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney. Defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 7 years. You're also ordered to pay a $500 fine in that case and follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. One of the conditions of probation in these cases, in each of them, is that you're going to enter and successfully complete the cognitive track of the ISF program. So that's a 90-day program that is in custody. So you're going to go from the jail to that program. And it is designed to help you make better decisions. All right? You need to take advantage of it. You're still young. Today's opportunity is an opportunity of a lifetime for you because you don't have a felony conviction on your record. There are people who will not let you go to your house, regardless of who you're working for, if you are a convicted felon. Do you understand? So even if it's a family business, you might not be able to work for that business if you have a felony conviction. So if you do everything that you're supposed to while you're on this probation, then you will, at the end of the probation, both of these cases will be dismissed, and you will never have a felony conviction on your record. The other side to that in each of these cases is if you violate the probation, you're right back here in court, and you could be sentenced to prison. Number one, be convicted, obviously, in both cases, and sent to prison for up to 10 years in each case. Do you understand? A condition of your probation in each of these cases also is that you are not allowed to have any type of firearm. Do you understand? Not on your person, not in your car, not at your home. Period. No firearm. Do you understand? I'm going to hand you the trial court certification in each of your cases that shows these were agreements that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. Probation will go over some paperwork before they take you back today, and then you'll go to ISF hopefully very soon. When's the last time you smoked marijuana?
It was one of those little gummy things from the vape store.
Uh-huh.
I guess it's THC, but
Why are you?
I just said marijuana, but it's THC, which I thought was the same.
It is the same. It'll show positive.
Okay.
It's all derived from the same stuff, and if you have a felony court case pending, I would think you wouldn't want to have anything in your system that would have you test positive, right?
Well, I'm not sure if it will. It was like a month ago. I'm on probation. I've been on it for almost a year. It's in
From where?
Jasper County,
Okay.
and they know about all my medical. I need a heart valve replacement, and I have a liver failure, and now it's resulted to be kidneys.
Okay.
So
Sounds like you need to quit doing stuff to get yourself in trouble so you can
I do.
stay
I
out
do.
and
Like,
take care of yourself.
I do, I know.
So, what I'm going to do this morning, Ms. Pratt, is reset your case for you to hire a lawyer. You need to try to get a lawyer hired before the next court date.
Okay.
If you do, bring the reset notice to them, and they'll tell you what you need to do. I'm also ordering, as a condition of your probation, that you have a drug patch. You need to have a drug patch put on within 24 hours. And you will, probation, when you're walking out, the lady sitting at that desk can give you a list of places where you can get that done. You have to have it on for 2 weeks. You have to show up every 2 weeks to have it tested. If it's not testable, I'm going to assume it's positive. If you don't show up when you're supposed to or go get it, I'm going to assume that you're using something that's illegal. Your bond will be raised and you'll be in jail. Do you understand?
I do.
Okay, so you need to have that on within 24 hours. So by tomorrow, you need to have the drug patch on.
Okay.
And then don't use anything that could potentially test positive for anything. It's that simple. If you're on a probation and you've got a felony pending, you need to be crystal clean. All right?
Like 10 medicines that I'm on now.
If you are on medication that shows you to test positive, that's one thing. A gummy from the corner store is not medication. Right? So bring your list of medications if you test positive, show them. We understand. I know what things test positive for other things, but gummies aren't one of them. All right? Step in front of the clerk. She'll give you your reset notice. Good morning. Are you Shalora Dawson? And Ms. Dawson was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the state jail felony offense of abandoning or endangering a child. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Dawson, if I test you this morning, you can have anything in your system?
Oh, no, ma'am. I did.
We're going to double check this morning before we go forward. Have a seat in the jury box.
On my thing, she told me to tell the truth.
Yes.
I heard the dispensaries and everything, but she said that she was THC.
Right. So did they tell you probably shouldn't be doing that so you don't test positive? So I don't think you're using something illegal?
No, because it wasn't me smoking. It was something like a gummy that was supposed to help relaxing.
Right. But if it's going to test positive, then I'm going to assume the worst. So we'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to test you this morning and see what's in your system, and then we'll go forward in a minute. Have a seat over there in that jury box. Ms. Dawson, you tested positive for THC, which I think you anticipated, but you also tested positive for ecstasy or MDMA.
Wait, what? He just said it was a steroid, though.
and I got a shot. I went to the hospital. I had a bad UTI. It was bad to the point to where they had to give me a shot in my butt. They told me to get in my butt, but right here. I told her I wanted to get in my butt.
When was that?
This last week. But MDMA, like, what is ecstasy? Typically ecstasy.
All right, let's do, here's what we're gonna do.
No, I don't like that. Like, that's making me look bad. That's making me look bad.
Well,
If you don't get-
listen, Miss Dawson, listen.
I don't like
There's worse things in here that are making you look bad than testing positive for that.
That's why.
That's,
but
here's,
making me
just
look-
listen. All right, you're gonna get your probation, I'm gonna do that today, but there's gonna be some conditions so that I make sure that you're not using anything that you're not supposed to, including gummies or anything that you think, whatever it is,
And can I tell
you don't,
this? I'm not a abuser. Last year I was just working for the state of Texas. I'm not an abuser at all. I don't.
Listen.
No, I just wanted to know. Like,
that's, we're gonna find out, then you're not gonna have trouble.
Like that's making me look bad. And I-
Listen, Miss Dawson, just pay attention to me for a minute, okay? You're okay, all right? Anything that makes you look bad or that you feel like isn't true, all you have to do, you're gonna be on probation, is be successful on probation, and that's all we all want, okay?
No,
So, listen, you already told me, you've already said it, okay? I understand that you're not sure what this is, maybe it's from the shot, it's okay, all right? We're gonna make sure from this point forward that you don't have any issues you'll have certain rules on probation to follow, and then there won't be any issues, right?
Yes, but
Okay.
I wasn't talking about that. I was just trying to express you, which I know you did say I was gonna have my time to talk. I just want you to know I'm not an abuser.
Okay, you said
I
that,
don't abuse
okay,
drugs. Like I just.
you said that, you've already said it,
I told you.
but listen, the most important thing is that you figure out how to get your life together for your child. That's what we're really here about today. That you make better decisions than leaving a 2-year-old in a hotel by themselves. That's what I'm worried about. Do you understand? Not a THC gummy, not whatever other thing that happened today. I want you to get your life together. You're young. You have had issues. I see what's going on with your family in here. But we want to break whatever cycle that you've been a part of so that you can be there for your child. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's what we want. The best for you, the best for your child. For you to be able to make those better decisions. All right? So I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty previously, freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney. I'm going to defer all proceedings, place you on probation for 3 years. You're ordered to pay the $300 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That is going to include being assessed for any special needs that you need, any counseling, whatever it is you need, we're going to have you assessed for that. And if they say you need to go to a counselor or you need it, whatever it is, those are things to help you, and you're going to be required to do them. Do you understand? You'll obviously be required to test regularly. So any type of gummy, any type of anything, doesn't matter if they say in the shop it won't test positive, don't do any of them. Because even if you go buy it legally, I can't know the difference. It's just going to show up on a test. So don't do any of that. If you need some help with something making you feel better, then go through that counseling and do it the right way through a doctor. Okay?
That's what I was going to tell you. Like, I've been on a medicine today.
Good.
Like, spinal top.
Good.
I just don't like feeling like dead inside when taking it. Like,
I know. And I know there's certain medicines and they don't make you feel
that's
great.
my only thing. I just
But you
feel
can't.
disconnected from being a parent.
Right. Well, talk to them about that because there's probably other medicines that they can try.
Yeah,
Okay? But what you don't want to do is stop taking that medicine and then self-medicate with a gummy or something like that. Okay? That's what you can't do. So continue talking to them. Say, I don't like the way this one makes me feel. Let's try something different. And they'll find something that eventually makes you feel right, kind of in a balance. Okay? If you do everything you're supposed to while you're on this probation, this is an excellent opportunity. You don't have criminal history. You're not going to be a convicted felon. If you successfully complete it, the case gets dismissed at the end. You're going to get to be a mom. You're going to get regular jobs, do all the things that everybody else does, okay? The other side of that is if you violate any condition of probation. So if you don't show up for appointments, you test positive, you get arrested or whatever, you can be brought back in here and you could be found guilty, so you would be a convicted felon, and then you could go to the state jail prison for up to 2 years. Do you understand? All right. You just need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork. Okay?
And I do want to apologize for me over talking to you. That's not my character.
That's okay. You're nervous. I know you're nervous. I know. We're good. All right. Good luck to you, ma'am. Oh, here's the, hold on. I didn't hand this. It's a trial court certification that shows this wasn't a...
In this powerful courtroom session, several defendants stand before the judge facing life-changing consequences, while each is given a warning about how quickly bad decisions can destroy a future. A 19-year-old defendant pleads guilty to multiple firearm-related felonies after recklessly discharging weapons. Despite the seriousness of the crimes, the judge offers him a rare second chance through deferred probation instead of prison. But the message is clear. One violation could send him to prison for years. The judge challenges him to rethink his choices, his lifestyle, and the image he presents to the world before it permanently closes doors on his future. Another defendant already on probation faces scrutiny over THC gummies and drug use, while battling major health problems. The judge orders strict drug monitoring and warns that any failed test or violation will immediately land him back in jail. The most emotional moment comes when a young mother appears in court after pleading guilty to child endangerment for leaving her 2-year-old child alone in a hotel room. During court, she tests positive for THC and MDMA, but insists she is not a drug abuser. Rather than focusing only on punishment, the judge shifts attention toward rehabilitation, mental health treatment, and breaking destructive cycles that could affect both her life and her child's future. She is granted probation with strict counseling, drug testing, and supervision conditions. Throughout the hearing, the judge repeatedly emphasizes that probation is not freedom. It is a final opportunity. Every defendant leaves the courtroom understanding that their future now depends entirely on the choice